Sup, my name is Mark Weppett and this is the Sacred Sexuality Project, where we make love to more than just our hands. We make love to life. But more on that in a little bit. First, many of you may know me from my work in helping you quit porn, and that was a big focus of a lot of my earlier videos. If you haven't figured it out yet, all of that stuff, it's being moved to the NoFap Academy, okay? If you are interested in quitting porn, then go check out the NoFap Academy YouTube channel, got a link below, and that's where I'll be putting all my new videos that are explicitly focused on helping you quit porn. But with that focus moved, it's really freed up what I can talk about here on the Sacred Sexuality Project. And I've spent the past few weeks soul searching and really getting a clear idea of what I want to do with this project and what I want to help you do. Now, in order to help anybody do anything, the first thing you need to do is figure out what the problem is that you're trying to solve. And after thinking about it for a while, I realized that the problem that I'm trying to solve in myself and help all of you solve is the same thing that I've been searching for my whole life. And really, it's the answer to the question of, what do I do with this crazy libido? What do I do with this really high sex drive? Because, when I was younger, it was more like this itch that I had to scratch. And as I got into porn, it became more like a prison, You just become addicted to satisfying yourself sexually. And it becomes almost an obsession. You think about what are the top priorities of any dude out there today. Getting laid is probably one of the very top. Now, this is understandable. It's natural. We're men. But at the same time, the way that we're going about it and the way that society is promoting we go about it is tearing us apart. Men have always had really high sex drives. But in the past, the stimulating images that we were exposed to was limited to basically the pretty women that we would come in contact with in our everyday life. Okay? Now today we've got media with, softcore porn essentially everywhere. But back in the day, when all you had was the girls you came in contact with to turn you on, well, that provided us with a really powerful and good motivation, because that attraction, it inspired you, it forced you to be a good man, to be able to provide for and take care of, the woman that you wanted. Because if you were a good man, you were able to provide, able to protect her, all that kind of good stuff, then it would increase your chances of being able to marry this woman and then be able to make babies with her, okay? So it used the natural sex drive of men for a good cause. Today, men have to face challenges that they have never before had to face. Think about it. The media is constantly bombarding people with images, like sexual images of scantily clad women. And first of all, this screws up the women because they're constantly comparing themselves to these airbrushed supermodels that starve themselves. Okay? But it screws up men too, because it has us constantly sort of turned on, sort of wired, sort of thinking about sex, and they use it to manipulate us. They'll put a sexy woman on anything to make you click on it, to buy it, to look at it, whatever, and it's not good. So if you combine this constant arousal with the fact that porn is only ever a click away, then this does two major things to men that I think really screws them up. First, it makes men constantly thinking about sex. It takes our already, intense sex drive and aggravates it. And then two, it removes all barriers, all positive barriers to sexual release. So like we were saying before, back in olden days, men had to prove themselves in some way if they wanted to be worthy of sexual satisfaction, of getting married and having sex with their mate. They even had all these kinds of rites of initiation for men where they had to, pass tests or meet certain requirements. And the whole purpose of this was that they were using the male sex drive as an incentive, and then they put these barriers in the way that made sure that you turn into a good man. And we don't have anything like that today. Today, you can be a total waste. You can be a total degenerate, and you can jerk off to porn as much as you want. And then plus with the society of hookups and divorce, if you can manage to stop yourself from jerking off long enough to go hook up with a girl or even marry one, there's no commitment there because you can always back out at any time. And you know what? This fosters an environment of weakness in men. It has energetically castrated us and removed from us our ability to tap into and harness our sexual energy for powerful and good things. Because let's face it, today men have lost their fire. They spend their time doing indulgent, selfish things. And the people who are powerful, they use that power for evil. All the good guys, all the guys with conscience, they're too weak. This world needs powerful, sexual, masculine men who are willing to stand up to this society of perversion, to do good things, acts of passion, and to learn how to hulk out and take care of shit. We are a culture obsessed with sex, and there's no way around this. So I figured, why not figure out how to turn this into a good thing? And that's where that line from the beginning comes back in. The idea of learning how to make love to life. And what that means is learning how to convert and transmute the sexual energy into something higher, more meaningful than just a genital sneeze to your computer screen. So the new purpose of the Sacred Sexuality Project is to help you turn your aggravated libido into a source of power that you can tap into to power you towards actions of love and passion instead of, indulgent ones of lust. So if you're the kind of guy who's willing to step up to the plate, take responsibility for himself and the way that he uses his time and energy, then sign up for my newsletter. I've been terrible about my newsletter in the past, but you know what? I'm on point now. I found my fire, and I'm going to help you find yours. I'm working on an ebook about sexual transmutation, and I'm going to be sending that out to everyone who signs up. So make sure you do it. Peace.